Hey everybody! Well, I just saw that they are pouring the roof for the second villa right now. So I thought I'd come down here and show you guys what's going on. So we have a concrete truck and a concrete pumper, and they are shooting the concrete onto the roof. We're Dooglass and Esperanza. After seeing too many people in our lives taken before they could enjoy their lifetime of hard work, I left my engineering career and we sold our house and most of our belongings. Now we are starting a new adventure, building a resort in the magical town of Loreto in Baja California Sur, Mexico. We're putting everything on the line to make our dreams a reality so that we can live before we die. Making good progress. Bueno. They shovel this concrete into buckets and then carry the buckets around and pour them one at a time. It is a lot of work. Stuccoing the side, help waterproof it. Today we are going to start on a fantastic, huge new project. But before we get started with that, we are going to go down, take a look at the progress on the villas and the pool. So I'm in my daily routine. I get up. I usually get down here and try to get the gate open by about 6:30. Workers start showing up by about 6:45 or 7 o'clock, and so we keep the gate closed during the evening. This is going to be a building that's going to be a utility building. This is where the propane tank's going to be. The door's going to go in here. This could be washers, dryers, dishwashers, a sink, some storage for things like, towels, blankets, all that stuff. And then this back room will be a mechanical room. So this side will be all the pool equipment, maybe a little bit on the back of the pool equipment. This will be the water pump and pressure tank. There will be a toilet in here, which will be the toilet kind of for anybody working here. Here there will be a black water pump, a sewage pump, because we are below the level of the sewer line. The sewer line runs in the road back there. That's the sewer line that our house is hooked up to, the trailer and the garage. We are all gravity fed because we're high enough up there, but this is a little too low, and that road in front does not have a sewer in it. So we are going to put in a sewer pump. It's a grinder sewage pump. It's totally self-contained. You won't smell anything if you come here because there's no venting on this pump. It just has a tank and a macerator pump, grinds up everything into a sludge, puts water in it, and then pumps it up to our sewer line up there. And I put in a 6-inch big sewer line up on that side so that we could use this pump into it, and then it'll go down into the sewer. We got all kinds of cool stuff over here. We've got floor tiles. Look at that. Floor tiles for the floor and the villas. We have tiles for the shower floors in the villas. That'll feel so good, like walking on that. Okay, here's the villa. Let me get out so you can see it. Here's the front. It's going to have 3 big windows that open and have screens on them. It's going to have a big door, and it's going to have a patio out in the front and a wood cover for the patio. Inside, you can see they got the what we would call the brown coat in the U.S. They call it plaster coat, but it's basically the rough coat that then the finish coat goes over. And the finish is going to be what they call yeso. And yeso is basically plaster. It's kind of like the way they used to do walls back in the U.S. Before drywall became really popular. You notice that the villas don't touch. They're not together. You know, we specifically made this. You know, we could have fit more villas. We could have, if we wanted to pack everything in here, we could have fit maybe 10, 15 units in here instead of what's probably going to be 6 units. But we wanted everybody to be in their own unit, not have to listen to somebody above them, not have to listen to people they share a wall with making noise. And so the villas are separated by 6 feet. There's going to be landscaping down here to kind of, you know, if you look out the windows, and none of the windows are placed. So if you look out a window in one villa, you aren't looking into a window on the other villa, but we still want to have some landscaping in here to make it really nice. Second unit is just about 3 weeks behind the first unit. So everything is going on in there, basically a duplicate. And then we have the pool. The pool is making really good progress. Do have an issue with the pool. You can see the stairs here. Width-wise, it's not a real big width. They still have to coat them, but it's not going to be a lot more. So today we're going to talk to our builder, see about expanding these steps out. I hate to do it to them because it's going to be extra work and I'm not going to be happy, but we only get to do this once, and I think it will be better. We want the steps to be about this width, the width of this bench. So see here, you can sit on this bench, and that's about the width we want the stairs. Awesome pool. It's, I think, the ultimate hangout pool. You know, we are really making this as a result for adults to come, chill, hang out, have a good time, and this pool is all set up for that. I'm going to open up the gate, get everything ready, and then I will take you up and show you the big project I'm starting today. Okay, so I've been telling you guys for quite a while that we are going to close up the gate over here, keep it closed, either permanently close it or take it out altogether and just put the wall through. And we are going to open up this last section here in the corner so that then the driveway will come through here and just go straight up the side of the property. The driveway will be shared for us and the villas, and then this whole area here is parking for the villas. I set up a cutting station, just a metal cutting saw, and you can see the last piece of metal that I cut is there. And so it probably doesn't look like much now, but these are the 2 long rails for the gate, 175 inches. These are the uprights pieces of the gate. There's 10 of those. And then it's going to have a whole grid pattern out of this steel. And so I've got a whole bunch of these little pieces, 27, which go in between to make the grid. It probably doesn't make sense now, but you'll see it once I start welding it up. Okay, well, now I need to clean all these up. I already got started, and basically I just need to get all these little edges off where there's the metal's melted, and I need to make a little bevel on the end so there's somewhere for the weld to go. So let's get started. Now I've got everything cleaned up, ready to go, and I'm gonna lay out this gate so now you get to see what it's gonna look like. All right, everybody. Well, I'm starting to have second thoughts, but it's too late to go back now. My second thoughts are, why did I start a project that requires this much work when I could have made it really easy on myself? I cut this all out yesterday, all done by measurement, calculated everything out. Of course, nothing is perfect, and so I end up with this. That's how far I'm off. About a little over 1¼ inches off. Okay. So, besides that, here's the design. I'm gonna call this Puerto Loco, or the Crazy Gate, because I was crazy to think this up. Time to tack these corners up. I'm going to tack all these as I go down this direction. It's totally square, so I make sure all these corners are square. I'm measuring this side and this side to the top rail and the bottom rail to make sure that they are all exactly square in here. And I'm also making sure that these are level by putting a level on them. And I've got these are magnetic squares that are in there to help hold them. So I will start tacking these and work my way down this gate. So the first line is done. These are all tacked in place. They're all square, and they're all within probably about a 1/16 of an inch being the same. Now I'll just repeat this process all the way down this gate to tack it. Esperanza and I just flipped this gate frame, and it was heavy. Right, Esperanza? I'm going to tack weld all the joints, 5 tack welds on each one. And then I'm going to flip it back over again and weld the entire face joints, all the face joints, because those are going to get ground down, and I tried to make as smooth as possible. Woo! Last weld. 160 welds on my knees leaning over because we don't have anything to put this up on. I am so glad to be done with this. In the last 2 days, I probably spent at least 6 hours on my knees welding on this thing. I made these little end piece filler pieces. I put those on, cut those out, put those on. They have end caps on them. So, all looking good. Now we'll get it up, move it outside in back of the shop, and I'll do all the grinding. All these welds need on the front need to be ground down and sanded because I want this as flat as possible. Got the gate all welded up, and I kind of noticed as I welded it that it didn't seem flat anymore. And so now that I got it all welded up, I can definitely see this side's up like a long ways, the other side's up a long ways. And so I thought, is that because the floor is warped or whatever? Which I guess could be a possibility. But I decided to put a string on it to check out if it's flat. And if you go look at the middle of that string over there, you will see that it is definitely warped. My theory is, and what most likely happened is, this is the side I started welding on, and as I started welding, it put heat. This is a solid piece on each end, but I put heat into this piece as I welded down it, each cross beam into it. And my theory is most likely that heat just put a little bend into it from it heating up and contracting, and it made it bend. The other side's bent a little bit, not quite as bad, but it is bent. So we're gonna have to bend this gate back flat. I mean, we don't have to, but I want to bend the gate back flat. So now we just have to try to figure out. I don't think Esperanza and I can get this thing out of here. I'm guessing weighs somewhere between 300 and 400 pounds right now. And it's heavy enough that the two of us can barely tip it up on the edge and then shimmy it around to flip it. So we have to get it out through this gravel and around the corner. Probably going to have to lift it and carry it. And I don't think the two of us can do it. I think we're going to need tomorrow, when the guys come to work down at the villas, I'm going to see if I can get a couple of the big strong guys here to help me pick this thing up and carry it around and get it out of here. And then we can get cabinets in here. Put this on pause. Start on the cabinets for the villas. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I was trying to get caught up by this week to real time, but I just couldn't do it. There's so much good video to show you guys, and I've got a ton of video coming, doing the cabinets, finishing up the driveway gate. There's all kinds of other little projects in between. So I'm gonna do my best next week to get caught up. I'm not promising anything because it's harder than it looks. All right, thanks again for watching, and never forget to live before you die.